Hello, hello, and welcome back as I prepare to give a few aliens the opportunity to live, die, and live again in Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM 2. And yeah, last episode, the team and we encountered our very first warboy. He came charging out of the fog from the distance, teeth-coated, shiny in chrome, and the mobile infantry planted his ass back in the ground faster than Imperator Furiosa planted the seeds from those motorcycle grannies. Which really wasn't that quick because she had a lot of shit to do, but we were still ahead of her. But, you know, that wasn't the end of our new friend, the Andromedon. Oh no, his ride to Valhalla was damn sure going to get witnessed because he came back full-on Richard Nixon in Futurama mode in a shiny new robot body, bitter and crazier than ever, ready to sell our children's organs to zoos for meat and come into people's houses at night and wreck up the place. Lucky for the team, though. I mean, Cadet Smart and Johnny Rico were there to stop the newly enraged Robo-Nixon onslaught, but man, every time I just think I'm starting to edge ahead of the pack a little bit, the damn aliens ramp up the chase and, you know, something goes wrong with the war rig. We throw a flat tire, or the engine overheats, or a pregnant girl drops her shoe out the window and we gotta stop and pick it up, and then, bam, the aliens right back up in my grill again. And yeah, I know my metaphor for this intro is all over the goddamn place. I went from Fury Road to Futurama back to Fury Road, but I'm starting to get a little tattered at the edges, man, getting a little afraid. These missions are starting to get really tense, and it feels a lot like somebody's maybe taking a torque wrench to my nuts, so you'll have to forgive me if a metaphor slips now and then. I'm having trouble focusing. But we should get back to scanning here. 6 days we have a buttload of intelligence at the moment. We just got a shitload more, and we do need to expand our contacts list because we got to get down here to... We got to get down to Australia, home of Mad Max. I mean, if we're going to encounter Emperor Furiosa, we got to get over there. I think the first step for that is going to be to go visit the black market. We need supplies desperately. We have a shitload of intel, way more than we have a use for currently. And also, I mean, we're talking about the War Boys and Immortan Joe, and I think it's time that we go donate a little bit of some organ meat. I mean, we can give it to a zoo if we want to go full on Nixon. We donate some of this. Ugh, that's... I think I paid more. Also, somebody needs to have that installed. We're definitely not selling that, but we're going to sell some corpses. We got a lot of shit that we don't necessarily need, and I do desperately need money. Like 16 Advent Trooper corpses, we really don't need those, so let's take those down to like 10. We do use Advent Trooper corpses. I don't want to get rid of all of them, but that's probably more than we need. Honestly, I think we could afford to spare a few Illyrium cores here, too, and the reason we're strapped for cash is we've got our new shiny power armor in the vicinity. I think we got 2 last mission. I'm going to go down to 7. That seems alright. Stun Lancers. I can spare a couple of those. Advent Turret Rex. I think we'll hang on to those Muton corpses. We got a lot of Mutons. We got a lot of Shield Bearers, too. We don't necessarily need them. Let's take both of those down to 5. This still doesn't put us in the range to get our hands on some delicious, delicious supplies, but we can't really afford to sell anything else. I'm tempted to sell that facility lead. Very tempted, but I'm not going to. So we're going to cash out for 106 supplies. That puts us at 236. We need 300 for our armor. So let's back out and let's go in and see if we could just straight up... Can we just trade intel for supplies? We can. 35 intel for 139 supplies. Hell yes, I will make that trade any day of the week. How much intel for this extra engineer? Rushing research is interesting, but it just doesn't seem like... I mean, we have a ton of intel, but it doesn't really seem like we need it that badly. Superior expanded magazine for 20 intel? Yes. Engineer for... You know what? Yes. I will take an engineer for 20 intel. And that puts us down to 48 intel, which is relatively low. So I think we'll go and scan for some intel, but before we do that... Back to the old ship here. I gotta give the War Boys their new marching orders. And by the way, aliens, I've co-opted the whole War Boy thing. We're the War Boys now. You better bear witness, because we're ready to ride to Valhalla, shiny and chrome. Do I have every engineer doing something? You're busy. 1, 2, 3. Are all of my engineers busy? Why is nobody digging out alien machinery? Seems like somebody should be down here digging on this machinery.
Should allow us to better break down and analyze all the alien artifacts and data we've been recording.
Yeah, Lily, I know you want me to build the shadow chamber, but you know what? We don't have the cash for it. We have 3 engineers who ain't doing shit. You lazy pieces of garbage. Alright, Kohler, get your lazy ass... You engineers making me real salty. Got 3 engineers not doing a goddamn thing. Do we have another engineer who's doing nothing? Shannon Mills isn't doing anything either. You engineering sons of bitches. Also, why don't we just have you come over here and work on this? That's fine. Let's just clear the whole base. This is good. We'll sweep the entire area. We need to go to resistance comms because we do have to up our number of contacts. Can we do that? We have to increase resistance. Okay, so we have to buy an upgrade. The upgrade is 125 supplies and 4 power. So the question then becomes, which do we need more? Contacts or power armor? Although we have enough supplies to do our power armor. Well, fuck that. We're just doing this right now, then.
Just give the word and I'll get started,
Well,
Commander.
I'd consider this the official word, Lily. Get to goddamn work, go to the armor, and build me warden armor. Yeah, that's go ahead and do that. Oh, that's a good look for you, Dina Meyer. I mean, that's some sexy, sleek-ass black armor. And that's a damn good look for you. Look, about half a chub here from old Dina Meyer, I'm telling you. She's an attractive gal. I'm not normally into redheads, but she does it for me. And they're tricked out in that black sort of I'm Celine from Underworld leather look. That's good. Yeah, I'm down with it. Polly Perrette up here is real jealous. She's like, man, I thought I would get the black leather, but no. I'm still stuck in this same stupid vest I've been wearing for months now.
At least not until things settle down some.
Yeah, well, I'm happy that you're happy, Lily. By the way, when are you gonna launder that vest? I mean, I'm just curious about the whole vest laundering thing, because seriously, girl, it's been months, yo, months. You got to do something about that. The smell is palpable. Can't you go talk to Dr. Tigan in his sparkly white lab coat? I mean, that guy can tear aliens apart with his bare fucking hands in just a cavalcade of gore, and he walks away spotless. You smell like a hobo's taint. You really gotta do something about that. We're gonna go finish investigating this battle site, then we're gonna head up here and try and pick up this intel. If we can somehow scrape together a little supplies as well, what we will do is then upgrade our contacts list and start making forays into Asia. Did I say Asia? Australia is what I meant. Well, that's not true, Tigan, because while you might be intrigued with the pure science, I'm more of the engineering sort. I care about the practical applications, and the practical situation on the ground is I don't have enough fucking money to build a beam cannon. So while, yeah, I'm glad you figured out how they work, bully for you. Lab coat, man, seriously, brilliant white. Could you send some of that Lily's way? But anyway, while you figured out how it works, and that's all you cared about, I'm trying to figure out how to make it kill aliens, and that shit takes money, Dr. Tigan, which you are not coming up with. I'm actually very tempted to do this Andromedon autopsy. An Archon autopsy would also be good. Plasma lance. Let's just get it out of the way. Some of these autopsies may eventually wind up being free.
I'll have a report assembled as soon as the research is complete.
Yeah, you typically do, Dr. Tigan. You know what? I give you a lot of guff for some of your personal habits, Dr. Tigan, but the one thing I can't object to is the science, man. I mean, you may spend a lot of your time porking alien corpses and tearing them apart and getting into some whole weird, and I'm not trying to kink shame you or anything, but you're taking it to a little weird area there. But you know what? The science, sir, it's top-notch. The science is top-notch. I can't fault your results. I also can't fault the fact that, once again, Neil Patrick Harris has managed to improve himself. So Soulfire, we saw previously and skipped. Stasis Shield, we saw previously and skipped. What is Sustain? Psi Operative takes enough damage to be killed. They are immediately put into stasis for one turn and their health is... Alright, well... I mean, it seems like maybe there's a smaller selection of these items than I expect. I really like the idea of being able to just make someone completely immune to damage. That seems like I fucked up, this could really save the day kind of ability. But then again, guaranteed damage also seems real good, especially when it ignores cover and armor. These are both really good. Let's try the stasis shield. All right, Neil, back in your hole. What are you doing in there, by the way? Is that some kind of weird monologue? Oh, he's giving spoilers for How I Met Your Mother. God damn you, Neil Patrick Harris. Just because you're in there doesn't mean I want to know how that shit ends. I haven't actually watched How I Met Your Mother because it seems like just the kind of abominable atrocity that CBS has made me despise them for. It's like 2.5 Men writ large, just a bigger cast. I don't want any part of anything CBS has yet. Just get down there and do some fucking guilt push-ups. I don't care what they paid you, man. There's no amount of money that justifies the war crime you have inflicted upon the public consciousness with your CBS sitcom bullshit. I'm sorry, CBS, but your sitcoms, they're goddamn tragedies. They're an assault to art, is what they are. So our battle site mission gets us 30 alloys, 27 Illyrium crystals. Okay, great. I guess we'll go scan for this old intel. We are going to need that, so that's fine. The intel will come in handy, and basically we're just killing time. Where's our mission? And this could just be a hangover from the long war. I'm used to having like 17 missions in a 2-day time frame, so maybe maybe I've got a little bit of overrated acid grenade. The addition of a corrosive chemical to our standard frag grenade results in a small explosive that is especially effective at removing enemy armor. Targets will continue to suffer persistent damage as so that seems real good then. Alright, that's supremely interesting. We also need to do a project in a proving ground then, because I don't think we're doing anything currently. I will not have idle scientists. I will not stand idly by while you guys do not a damn thing. Pick up a project. It really feels like they should prompt you and say, hey, by the way, consider doing a project. We have 75 supplies. Do we want to spend 50 of those supplies on a war suit? Or alternatively, a wraith suit? Or would we rather just get another piece of experimental ammo or an experimental grenade? All of these things seem... You know what? Let's do an experimental ammo. We've only done the one, and I really like venom rounds. They're solid.
Send word when the project is complete.
That's... Yeah, you and Dr. Tigan, the one thing I can't fault you for. Your status reports are fantastic. You make good, solid progress. You get the science, you get the engineering done, and I'm constantly updated as to your status. I appreciate it. I appreciate your dedication to notifying me.
Prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander.
I mean, it'd be crucial if we could build it, Dr. Tigan. Hey, you know what you could do? Maybe, what do you say next time you decide to go to town on one of those old alien corpses? You know, Dr. Valen and I, Dr. Tigan, we had a little deal worked out. I indulged Dr. Tigan's, very deviant level of kinkdom. Let's just call a spade a spade. She had some seriously deviant shit going on, but we were able to exploit that, and we just a little videotape, the internet, putting that out there. Not necessarily tape, because videos don't actually get took on tape anymore. There's no tape involved. It's just digital information stored on some kind of typically flash drive. But if we could do something similar here, Dr. Tigan, what I'm saying is I want to make you internet famous. I want to be like, hey man, have you seen this video? I want you to be the next star of 2 Girls, 1 Cup, except it's going to be 1 dude, 2 corpses. What do you say, Dr. Tigan? You wanna make that happen? I mean, shit, there'll be reaction videos of people watching you hump a muton corpse and a berserker corpse at the same time. There's going to be 1,000 videos of just people watching you watching that. To make you famous, man. I'm telling you, YouTube subscribers. It's going to boost our income significantly. No, Dr. Tigan, he's not on board. Well, I mean, I tried. You heard my pitch, internet. I tried. 5 days for the Andromedon, 5 days for the Archon. I would really rather know more about the Andromedon.
Speculated by Shen, it does in fact appear that this creature is restricted to the confines of its own hulking environmental suit.
And I know that turns you on because you want to crawl right inside with it into the hulking environmental suit, don't you, Dr. Tigan? You want 2 to become 1. You want to crawl in there and be like, can you feel me, baby? Can you feel me inside you? Can you feel me inside your suit? Yeah? Yeah, can you feel it? Also, there's a giant, jagged chunk of glass sticking out of that thing's head. Seems like maybe you should have started the autopsy by removing that. I don't want to question your skills when it comes to fiddling with the corpses, Dr. Tigan, because that's sort of your bit, but seems like a significant oversight. Alright, so Stacia, we're going to get another day of training for Neil Patrick. We certainly did. Alright, so Neil Patrick is now an adept. I guess we'll just continue his training, because as far as I can tell, this doesn't actually cost anything. Soulfire again, Sustain again, Fortress. Psi Operative is immune to fire, poison, acid, and explosive damage. That seems pretty awesome. Then again, our Psi Operative doesn't really have... We've given him all... You know what? Let's give Soulfire. Our Psi Operative does not have any defensive powers. Let's give him something he can use offensively. I mean, I'm assuming he carries a gun once we have him out in the field. I mean, he's not going out there with no weapon. I'm guessing, at least, that he's not, but... I'm sort of hoping that he doesn't, but we should also give him something he can use psionically. We would like to build him a Psi Amp as well. Right, so there's 57 more intelligence. Has it really been almost a month since we've had a mission? Seriously? I need supplies desperately. You know what we should do? How long until our next... Okay, can we build a link anywhere? It takes 108 supplies to build one there. We actually don't have enough. We could build one there or there. Could we build one in Western Europe? Actually, we have one in Western Europe from the looks of things. All right. We sort of can't. We can't make contact without... All right, we need... We're just fucking cooling our heels then, I guess. Yeah, so all right, let's go back to Resistance HQ and just scan for intel because we have nothing else to do. We can pick up this intel when the month flips over. We could always haul it back to the black market and turn it into supplies. What do we have that's available here? Scientists, yeah, nothing I'm gonna actually pay. Those are way, no, they're way overvalued. I actually bought an engineer earlier for supplies, and I'm kind of regretting it because it seems like intel is fairly plentiful, whereas supplies seem to be maybe not as plentiful. And well, it's about goddamn time. We've been sitting here talking about Dr. Tigan humping corpses for the last 6 months, and this is actually not a mission. It's our monthly supplies. So we only did 4 missions last month. 1 guerrilla op, 1 raid, and we investigated 3 resistance rumors. The aliens made no progress, however. We completely fucking stymied those bastards. Yeah, suck it, Team Alien. So, alien infiltrator. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with an alien infiltrator. That's not really a problem. Vigilance is a little irritating. Let's see what the hidden event is. Midnight raids. Advent cracks down on resistance recruitment, increasing the cost of recruits by 100% for a month. Well, we definitely don't want to stop. Actually, I don't really give a shit about any of these. The next retaliation strike is imminent, too, so that means we're probably going to have that almost immediately. We're going to go investigate our supplies first, though. We got to get these supplies. We're desperate for supplies. We're starving. The team down in the barracks, they're like they're fucking boiling their own shoes and shit for soup. Dragon rounds. Capped with highly combustible mini-charge, dragon rounds do bonus damage to all targets, can even set some targets alight. So it sets people on fire. That seems absolutely fucking amazing. So we have bullets now that can set people on fire. That's real good. That's real good. I'm fully on board with the setting people on fire bullets. It's yeah, it's pretty much exactly what I needed. So, exosuit, spider suit, wrath suit, war suit, skulljack. I mean, we kind of need advanced explosives, right? I think we start this. Some of our supplies that we're going to get are going to be devoted to that. I think that's a worthwhile cause. We'll scan. The rest of it is going into weapons, armor, and expansions. As soon as we get some supplies here, we're going to be expanding. Alright, so here's our retaliation mission. We fully expected this. It did say imminent. We actually didn't have a retaliation mission last month because we pushed it back. Yeah, we're keeping the haven safe. I mean, our territory is not huge, but man, it's well protected. Like Immortan Joe from the, making a lot of Fury Road references, but I did watch it recently. Ooh, he's real good. But like Immortan Joe, man, I mean, we reign our largesse upon the populace, and while our territory is not large, it is well defended, man. It is secure. So we're definitely going to go do this mission. We're going to have some faceless. I'm going to guess we're going to get some kind of new enemy thrown at us, too, because in almost every instance so far, we have encountered a variety, a new enemy, sort of like a new class, a new category of enemy every single time. We're also going to make a little change here. We want to edit Seth Padre Gilliam's loadout just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. First off, I was not hugely impressed with the flamethrower. I'm going to go back to the rocket launcher. Didn't really care for that. The plasma grenade, we're going to switch with the... Well, for now, an acid grenade, but my ultimate goal is to put... We haven't been using as many incendiary grenades, so I think what we're going to do is we want one person who shreds armor and one person who kills things. And since Seth Padre Gilliam has salvo, I think he's going to be our shred and armor guy. He's real good at it. So you know what? Let's give him... We're going to give him a plasma grenade. All right, hold on. Get rid of that. Give me the acid grenade. I want the acid grenade down here because it does... They said it shredded more armor, right? So incendiary, shred 1. Acid grenade, shred 2. What's a plasma grenade? Also shred 2. So this is actually no better than a plasma grenade. It does 3 to 4 damage with a range of 10 and a 3 radius. Range of 10, 3 radius. Just way more damage and shred... Actually, the acid grenade... Well, it does do damage over time. 3 to 4. How much damage over time, though? Because it's 2 less damage. It would have to do 2 a tick just to break even. And honestly, I don't think we want it ticking more than once. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stick with the plasma grenade. I think we do plasma grenades for armor shredding and cover destruction, and then let's do an okay, we're gonna keep you with the incendiary grenade. We've had good experience with that, and the incendiary grenade does do a lot of damage. It's 4 to 5. 3 radius. It's got the shred, of course, of 1, which is not fantastic. But The fire is real good. We've had real good work with the fire. So Amy Cameo Smart then, who just has 2 plasma grenades, I think what we'll do is let's alter her loadout very slightly. We'll get rid of one of those plasma grenades and we'll give her... She's got a plasma grenade and an acid grenade. Also, these blue screen rounds, I think we have another, sort of another task for those. Really like the idea of giving you dragon rounds, though, so let's do that. We're going to have you set sons of bitches on fire with your bullets, because it sounds... I mean, how could you not do that? These bullets also, when they hit you, yeah, they fucking set you on fire. That sounds amazing. Casper Van Dien. I want somebody carrying these blue screen rounds, because if we shoot a robot with them, it makes the robot easier to hack. That seems monumentally useful. You know, I'm tempted to just get rid of this rocket launcher altogether. If we dump the exosuit, we would unlock this slot. Then we could put maybe Viper rounds on Seth Gilliam and have Diz dropping the EMP rounds. Because we could have, you know what? Maybe we do that. We could have Diz softening people up with the EMP bullets. And then we could give the Venom rounds to Jake. Ooh. Now there's an eye. Alright, so you're getting the blue screen rounds, Diz. I like this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this hazmat suit for Jake Busey. We're going to give him these Venom rounds instead. This way, if Jake Busey shotguns a man and for whatever reason that man manages to not die, Jake Busey has a non-zero chance of having the Venom just take him out. I like it. I like this plan. Sounds, seems reasonable. Let's do this. Resistance mission. Go. Operation Hell Slap. I mean, it's better than a bitch slap, I guess. The Hell Slap. Operation Hell Slap. A Hell Slap, by the way, is actually a patented wrestling move. It's Kane or possibly, which one's from Hell? Is that Kane or The Undertaker? I don't remember. Anyway, they're going to douse their hand in lighter fluid, light it on fire, and then it's just like a savage backhand chop. Yeah, they call it the Hell Slap. Also, if you're a wrestler that isn't your patented finishing move, someone should totally develop that. That may be a move whose time has come. Somebody should be like, what's your finisher? It's the Hell Slap. Where you're going to store the can of lighter fluid to douse your hand, I don't know. And needing a prop, because you'd also need probably a lighter or some manner of ignition source. Needing props seems like it'd be inconvenient, because you got a can of lighter fluid in your ass. About the first time you get suplexed and land on that can, you're going to fucking bust your tailbone. That shit's going to hurt. They're like, I cocked up my coccyx. Oh, it really hurts. Plus, it could rupture, and if you also have the lighter in your pants, what if it incidentally lights a spark, and then you're covered in, your whole junk is covered in lighter fluid and on fire? That seems like a tragic career-ending potential move there. Be like, remember that time when Bret the Hitman Hart's brother or whatever got dropped on his head and died in the ring? People would be like, yeah, that was awful. And they'd be like, remember that time that Perfidious Pete set his genitals on fire while he was trying to do the Hell Slap? And people would be like, yeah, you know what? That was worse. So we've got Brenda Strong here, we've got some civilians in this area, and we have an opportunity to go for an early rescue, also to remain camouflaged. The thing is, I don't remember if rescuing a civilian uncamouflages us, because I think it does. I don't want Seth Padre Gilliam taking firsties, or even Diz. Honestly, maybe our best bet would be to just take some conservative scout moves, and then maybe toss around some battle scanners. So Jake, why don't you go sort of scope the situation out here. What do you got? So there are 3 civilians over there. Actually, what part of the map are we on? Are we in a corner? Okay, so we are in a corner. Civilians this way. Okay, so a lot of map up there. Also high ground, which seems potentially useful. I don't think the civilians will rat us out, but I am a little concerned one of those civilians might be a faceless. So let's just eliminate that as a possibility. Let's just make sure none of these civilians are faceless. We have Casper Van Dien. He's got a couple different ways to do it. I think probably the most practical way to do it in this situation is just go ahead and use the battle scanner. We don't need to scan a lot of these guys, and we can land it right in the target environment. So if one of these is a faceless, we're going to get a no. All human? Okay. All right. So these guys are they're all people. So let's get the Busey up here. This will give us enhanced vision. Jake Busey is not going to be flanked. All right. So we've got. Ooh, what the shit? Okay. That's real bad. All right. Our first encounter with chrysalids. I am
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
troubled. I don't suppose we would have if we could. I mean, Jake Busey can straight up see them, right? which means that Dizzy may have a shot at them? No, she does not. All right, we don't have a time limit on this mission. It is important to remember, but we are under the time constraint of every civilian that gets killed is less time we have overall. Dizzy, there is nowhere we could put you that gets you an elevation bonus or an aim bonus, which is bad. We also can't really get you maybe as close to the enemy as I might like. And you do have one of my motion trackers, so it's at least slightly important that we try and keep you in the thick of shit. We want to keep Diz's shit in the shit. Oh, well, that's goddamn awful then. So that's the worst this possibly could have turned out then. We have a squad of completely undamaged chrysalids engaging our position. I legitimately did not think that that would aggro them. Well, fortunately, Brenda Strong still has a mimic beacon, and I say that because I'm basically positive that we are going to need it. How much health do these guys have? Not really a lot. What do they got? 10 health? Maybe we could just straight up kill them. What if we set them on fire? If we bring, you know what? I'm gonna. All right, it's time for a little aggression here. If we can hit all of these guys with one incendiary round, we may go for the kill instead of worrying about the mimic beacon. And if this plan fails, we've always got the mimic beacon for backup too. So Seth Gilliam can hit every one of these guys with an incendiary grenade and set them on fire. This is going to do 6 to 7 damage and also cause them to burn, which is going to do subsequent follow-up damage as well. Yeah, so they have no armor. All of them are on fire. We're going to have to hit them again, though. We're going to have to drop something else on them. That was not enough damage.
I'm on it.
So, Amy Smart, do we acid? Can we set them on fire with burning flaming acid? Because that would be the greatest thing we can. All right, well, fuck you guys then. We're just going to... You're all dead. I'm just going to bomb the whole pod. I would rather burn this acid grenade, which is sort of untried, than I would... All right, so Chrysalid is burning from acid. So those guys should all be dead. Why did that one not take damage? Hold on a minute. There was one out there who did not take damage? This one did not take damage. Was he outside the acid? He was outside the acid. Oh, that's real bad. So we got to get more damage on him. These guys each have 1 health. I'm pretty sure they're going to be dead. If this guy was outside the acid, though, he is only burning. All right, Brenda Strong, we need a big damn heroes moment out of you. Are you going to be able to see this guy from this tile? Yes, you can. All right, Brenda Strong's going to have to burn her cover. It's time for a run and gun. We got it. Brenda Strong, you got to go be a big damn hero. Ain't you just? I mean, I'm hoping you're a big damn hero. Ain't you just? So we did activate run and gun. Yeah, the crystals have spotted us. Oh no, look out. They're covered in acid and on fire. 78% chance here that Brenda... All right, don't fuck it up, Brenda. All right, she definitely did not fuck it up. 10 damage is an atrocious level. I mean, well, it's actually pretty good. So these guys should be dead. They're covered in acid and on fire. I can't assume they're going to survive. So was that fire or acid? Honestly, you know what? I don't care. Either way, we have made this complete area totally untenable for the enemy. There are more chrysalids, though. They're doing stuff, too. Which I don't like, because it seems like they may be impregnating civilians. Owen Johnson is also dead. Holy shit, a 12 damage critical? What the fuck was that? Alright, well, Owen got absolutely ruined. Hey, Bradford, what do you want from me, man? I killed 3 chrysalids on my first turn. I'm doing the best I can with what I got here. And so here comes is that a lone chrysalid? It can't be by itself. Also, what the hell? I can't see what's going on here. It covered that much ground in a single turn?
I can't move.
Holy shit, these things are just unbelievably fast. I can't believe that it missed, too. We have no idea what happens when somebody gets hit by a chrysalid, but I definitely don't want to find out. How the hell did it move that far? That's a ludicrous foot speed. Alright, we need to know if there are any more chrysalids out there. I can't believe they're that fast. It charged across the entire friggin' map. Jake Busey's still scouting for us invisibly. We need to put Jake in a place where we know he's not gonna be revealed. This should be relatively safe, and we know there are enemies up here. I have no question we're gonna be able to deal with that chrysalid. All right, so what are you? Some kind of Advent trooper? How did you get spotted? You are not flanked. How did Jake? He is not flanked. Is he flanked right now? Is Jake Busey flanked? That's the question. Is he currently? I can't switch back to him because, of course, he's already taken all of his actions. Fantastic. We're going to need a mimic beacon, and that means Brenda Strong is going to have to throw it. So the rest of the team is going to have to find a way to deal with this chrysalid by themselves. That's not ideal, but probably not undoable. All right, Dizzy, I mean, you sort of got yourself into this hole. Can you get yourself out of it some? Lightning hands, 3 to 4 damage. 10% chance to crit. That's not good. Alternatively, you also have a... Now, we're not going to be able to have you throw a mimic beacon. It's simply not going to work because you're not going to be able to throw it far enough. It's going to have to be Brenda Strong on the mimic. So let's just go ahead and dedicate Brenda Strong to that. What's going on over here? What? What the hell are you talking about, Bradford? They're just civilians standing around like assholes. They're not doing anything useful. Amy Smart, what's your chain shot chance like? Can you just straight up kill this man? 77%. What's your regular hit percent? She's got a really good chance of just straight up killing it right here. Let's just do that. We're just going to have Amy Smart straight up gun him down. 8 damage, 1 damage shred. That's going to leave him with... Oh, nope. He has. I was going to say it's going to leave him with 1 health, but he actually has basically no health because we also set him on fire with that shot. I already really like the dragon rounds. I can tell you that much for free. Dragon rounds already a thing I'm real fond of. Seth Padre Gilliam, I don't think we really need to have you engage those guys at all. Why don't you come up here, rescue this civilian, and get ready to back up the Buse. Brenda Strong, you're going to be tossing the Mimic Beacon, of course. Johnny Rico is going to ask the immortal questions. Come on, you apes, you want to live forever? And the response to that actually is Johnny Rico. I mean, you know, I probably wouldn't mind. Well, that's not true. Me, personally, Perfidious Pete, if you told me I was going to be doomed to live forever, that's a fucking fate worse than death for me. I don't want to live forever. That sounds awful. But in the context Johnny Rico used it in those movies, you know what, John? I gotta say, you know, I may not want to live forever. That seems terrible, but I don't want to die 5 minutes from now either, Johnny Rico. I mean, I got some shit to do today that I'd like to take care of. There's a few things still on my list. I don't necessarily want to be dead right now either, Rico. So when you say, come on, you apes, you want to live forever? I mean, forever, no, I don't. But I don't want to just go charge into the fucking jaws of death following you into battle, which arguably seems like one of the worst decisions a person could possibly make anyway. Well, we can't throw this in cover, which is fine. I don't want to throw it near... I really don't want to throw it close to Jake Busey just for afraid that he might catch an errant grenade. So we're going to toss that out there and see how this works. The aliens should all... the shit? You're a faceless. Okay. Well, I mean, that's not great, but it's also not the end of the world because theoretically it should go for the Mimic Beacon. What is this? Is there another one? Yin Go just got killed. There's some kind of robot or something back there. Another chrysalid? Where the hell did this come from? Alright, well, Johnny Rico's ever vigilant managed to get us 1 damage. The chrysalid is going for the Mimic Beacon, which is good, because we have no idea what happens when a chrysalid actually hits a person. If it's anything like it was in the original, it's just an auto kill. You're going to shoot at the Mimic Beacon? Alright, well, that's not good. That means... Alright, Jake Busey's getting flanked here. If it hadn't been for the chrysalid, we'd have been fine. It's just he sprang up out of nowhere. Apparently they're hiding in the ground. That's complete horseshit. What are you doing? What are you... Did you take no damage? No, you took damage. Why did it not have a number? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, fuck. Jake Busey's gonna get walloped by a faceless now, too. Fan-friggin-tastic. Oh, nope, he came up just short. Can't tell. Are you gonna point? Are you doing the... No, he's swinging. Which... Oh, Jake Busey is the luckiest man in the history of... of XCOM. I can't believe that shot missed. I mean, we're still completely dick, don't get me wrong. We got a lot more crap here than we're necessarily capable of handling. Alright, Casper Van Dien, I think you're gonna have to go ball mine a dude. And when I say ball mine, yeah, I actually mean, why can't you skulljack? Why can't I skulljack? I don't know. Oh, skulljack and skull mine are different. So we would be skulljacking that officer from that location. I'm okay with that. Even if we dick that up, it's just 3 more damage for Johnny Rico, who's already hurt, actually. I mean, somebody's got to kill this thing. We also got to kill the Faceless. You can easily kill that guy on your own. Actually, you could probably kill the Faceless, too. In fact, you could almost definitely kill that guy, right? We could just have you run up here. I'm concerned. We know there are enemies back there, though. I don't really want to advance simply because I know there are enemies back there. And if that gives us vision on any of them, we're dicked. Alright, Amy Smart, you're the furthest away. So let's get you in a... see what you can... Can you contribute anything to this fight? That's our goal. What can you contribute? Anything at all is... Okay, so you've got some shots. 84% at the Chrysalid's pretty good. 69 at the Advent Officer, who ideally we would like to skulljack because that's a one-hit kill. Let's take the 84. I don't like the chain shot. If we take the penalty on the chain shot, we probably just miss outright. And 6 damage is better than nothing, especially when it also sets that son of a bitch on fire. We may need a little something to finish that guy off, but that definitely gets us closer to home. Where's Dizzy? Diz? Alright, Diz has some shots here. She guarantee kills the Chrysalid. You know what? I think we just have her take a pistol shot here. What's your pistol? Oh, your pistol could miss. Alright. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and... you know, the pistol could miss from here, but we could also just get Dizzy closer. Let's get Dizzy closer and conserve ammo on the sniper rifle. Our 2 furthest units back are the least likely to contribute. And yes, you know what? No, I was going to say I'm not trying to throw shade at the ladies, but you know what, Amy Smart, Dizzy, you guys are not pulling your weight on this mission. It has nothing to do with your gender. I'm not calling you out based on your gender. I'm calling you out based on the fact that you're lagging in the back here, not really worried about these civilians whose lives are on the line. So Brenda Strong, we're going to bring you up here and have you just... You should be able to make a little mango chutney out of this Faceless. 99% with a 33% chance to crit. Pretty good. This is going to hurt him very badly, if not kill him outright. 9 damage. He is very badly injured then. Was that a kill? He has 1 health left. Which means Casper Van Dien can kill him at will, or Seth Padre Gilliam can also pretty much kill him at will. Actually, Seth, what's your hit percentage like from here? Not good. Startlingly bad, in fact. Alright, so we're going to bring Jake Busey to here. What's your hit percentage like on not the Faceless? Not the Advent Officer, not the Faceless. 82%. What is your rapid fire percentage like? It should be the same, right? Nope, it's double 67s, which is honestly dramatically worse. We may have to come up with an alternate solution for Jake Busey, but let's make sure we can get the rest of the job done before we start taking chances. Alright, Seth Gilliam, we need to give you a better hit, a better shot at that Faceless. I think to do it, we're going to have you stand in the open, which I definitely do not like, because if things go bad at the end of that, you're completely dick. You know what? It's just not worth it. It's not worth the risk. Seth Gilliam has a number of opportunities to provide damage here that do not require or do not entail any kind of chance to miss. Or am I a liar? Because what... Alright then. So I can drop a grenade where I want it, but as... Well, or can I? Well, this is going to destroy Jake Busey's cover, which I'm not a huge fan of. Well, I wanted the rocket because it's got the smaller burst radius, but for whatever reason, I can't shoot a rocket in there. Alright then. Well, Jake Busey may have to run and gun. Or, you know what, Jake Busey, we'll just have him kill whatever is left of that Advent Trooper, and then he can take his implacable move and get to safety. I'm totally comfortable with that. As long as you don't grenade him, Gilliam, we should be okay. That'll do. So some solid work there. Let's have Casper, the Ghost Van Dien, come skull mine a dude. And by skull mine... Oh, I forgot that you have salvo now. By skull mine, I mean probably stab in the nuts, because that seems to be the Casper Van Dien initiative. He doesn't He doesn't go for the brain. He's like, nope, all the true information is kept in the testicles. Did you just miss? Well, that's very much not good. That's, Wait, if Seth Gilliam has salva... Can we not... We cannot try that again. Well, that's a bit of an onion in the ointment, then, isn't it, Casper Van Dien? So I guess what we'll have you do... You only have an 84% chance to hit that guy, and we need 3 damage on him. Well, I need guaranteed damage. I need something that can't miss. I'm not going to risk you dicking it up. So we're going to combat protocol instead, because this does 4, and also can't miss. So take your guaranteed damage. I'm very disappointed in your skull mining, Casper, by the way. That's bullshit. That's what happens when you aim for the balls, Casper. I mean, they're a much smaller target. People are like, you should always shoot for center mass. But here in the mobile infantry, the paradigm is first shoot for the head. And, you know, if you really want to challenge yourself, try and shoot a man in the testicles. So you're dead then. Yeah, I was going to say, if that doesn't straight up kill you, I'm going to be real salty. Not only did it kill him, it implanted his head into a fucking tree. Holy shit, he drove him into that like a tornado. That guy got fucking pile drivered into a tree stump. Man, Jake Busey is all about the style. He doesn't just kill, and he does kill, don't get me wrong. The man is a dyed-in-the-wool, dedicated killer. But it's not just the killing for Jake Busey. It's also all about the style. Jake Busey doesn't just bring the death. He brings fucking panache and style to what he does as well. Alright, please, Dizzy, I need you to get... You do not have a shot, because of course you don't. I was really hoping we would be able to get Dizzy in a position where we could get a shot on that robot. Doesn't look like that's in the cards. Casper Van Dien can probably shut it down. Alright, well, that's only half cover, really? Alright, Casper, we're going to slide you over, because I want you in full cover in case this goes catastrophically wrong. And at this point, I sort of have to assume that everything is just going to go catastrophically wrong. Let's see what your chance is like for the Haywire Protocol. Say what you want about Van Dien, he's not a smart man, but he has an innate talent for hacking of late. He's had a couple pretty critical hacks come through for us. What do you got here? 45% to control, 90% to shut down. Alright, well that's interesting. We will cancel that for now. I just wanted to see what our percentages were like. If all else fails, we can just shut it down, and that's really fine. Shutting it down will probably be an acceptable level of performance. We're really strung out, though. That's the problem. And yeah, you know, I'm going to say I'm really, really strung out. Well, I've been doing a lot of heroin. That's why I'm strung out. Jake Busey does not have fantastic opportunities to contribute here. We could run Busey up to full cover. Okay, I think it's Mimic Beacon time. Who has our other one? Dizzy, you have it, right? Is your kid? Okay, Dizzy has the other Mimic Beacon. Yeah, you know what? I think it's time to just stop fucking around here. We're gonna run Dizzy right up here. And ignore the blooping someone is sending me messages on Steam because I'm an idiot and forgot to turn myself to offline status. Sorry. Let's just, yeah, let's not dick around. All right, so that's going to be Dizzy's whole turn. She's going to be deploying the Mimic Beacon. We're really strung out. There's no advantage into really pressing the attack here. I think we'll just take a smallish advance. We're going to have Brenda Strong throw a plasma grenade for us and try and get rid of some cover so that our units that are going to be within range to get a shot off will have a chance to make that shot count. The only other thing we could really do is have her take a shot at that robot, but the shotgun going up against the mechanized unit's not going to produce huge results anyway. 2 damage, but more importantly, shredded 2 armor. That's going to make that shield bearer highly killable. Jake Busey, do I want to put you in cover behind this box? Yeah, I kind of do. I don't expect us to spawn another pod. We've already killed a fairly significant number of aliens. What's your, 12 to 14 damage. Well, we don't need to use rapid fire because 12 to 14 honestly is enough as long as it hits. I'm going to trust Jake Busey to not miss an 11%er. And there's that mango chutney I love so much. Oh, it's so good. I'm going to scoop it up on some toast points. It's going to be fantastic. There's nothing better than toast points and mango chutney. All right, Casper, then. What do we want to have you do? We've got a couple options. We could combat protocol. If we're set, like, dyed in the wool convinced that we're going to need the Mimic Beacon. And I'm pretty well convinced that we're going to need it. We're going to get nothing out of Amy Smart here, by the way. I'm fairly convinced we're going to need the Mimic Beacon. We could relatively safely have Casper the Ghost Van Dien go for the control on the robot. Alternatively, we could just straight up shut it down. My concern with shutting it down... Actually, I have no concerns about shutting it down. My concern about trying to control it and failing, if we fail and it gets lucky and criticals our Mimic Beacon, the Mimic Beacon gets destroyed, theoretically by the robot, and then Jake Busey gets shot. I don't care for this. I don't care for... You know what? Yeah, we're just going to take the safe route. We're going to shut him down.
We could use one of those.
Haywire protocol shutdown seems fine. Although if we could buy ourselves another turn, we could have Dizzy walk up there, pistol shot him with her EMP rounds, and lower the chance, and maybe we could get control. Now, okay, know what? No, you know what? My eyes are bigger than my belly on that one. Eyes are bigger than my belly. We totally could have just hijacked him straight up. My eyes were getting bigger in my belly there. I'm trying to string out like a series of very unlikely bullshit. It's a lot like the Limity Snicket bid. Instead of an unfortunate events, we have a series of unlikely events. I'm not gonna go. Yeah, I'm not going Limity Snicket. I'm just not doing it. It's a bad risk. And Jake Busey. Honestly, with your implacable move, we could have you go get some loot, which is interesting, but I think probably not necessarily the right call. Unless Seth Padre Gilliam can just come up here and get like the luckiest shot of all time and land a kill. What are the... I mean, you can see that guy, right, Padre? Yeah, you can. Nah, you know what? We're better off. Let's go with the suppression here. We're going to have Seth Padre Gilliam suppress that man. And I'm a little worried about one of these units potentially being a faceless. So you know what? We're going to have Jake Busey fall back. I want him back with the protection of the rest of the troops. I don't want to run into surprise faceless. We had that guy miss us once. It is not going to miss again. That's simply not going to happen. And now the question is, do I feel the need to Mimic Beacon? Seth Gilliam cannot kill that guy. But if Dizzy could hit him with a pistol shot... you know what? That's taking a pretty big gamble on an Overwatch shot. But then again, he is suppressed, so... Maybe... you know what? I'm just going to gamble that if he takes a shot, he's going to miss. I'm going to conserve the Mimic Beacon. Oh, fuck me, another Chrysalid. Those Chrysalids are really terrifying. They just spring up out of the ground and charge. They're so fast. Oh, thank God for Untouchable. Oh, Jake Busey, you're the greatest man who has ever lived. He's going to shoot a civilian. I was hoping he might miss because he was suppressed, but unfortunately that did not work out to be the case, and that man got shot in the mouth. I'm sorry about your mouth, sir. I did everything that I could to try and rescue it from bullets, but unfortunately, you were destined to swallow an entire gob full of bullets. I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do. Alright, well, Jake Busey, you having gotten a kill and being untouchable is nothing short of amazing. And I think it's time for you to get a little bit of revenge here. I do not want to swing at a Chrysalid because I've never fought one before. I have no idea if they have some kind of counter melee ability where they can shoot back. So we're just going to shotgun them twice. Because while melee seems interesting, it seems way less interesting than a double shotgun to the mouth. Yep, enjoy that, Mr. Chrysalid. Oh, fuck, they have dodge, too. Chrysalids are ridiculously dangerous. Just ridiculously dangerous. Honestly, you know what? It might not be a bad time to take a scout move here with Jake Busey, because of those 4 civilians over there, I would wager that at least one is a faceless. And if it comes charging at Jake Busey, he's got a freebie where it can't hit him. Yeah, you know what? I'm surprisingly okay with that. So that guy is shut down. We still need to get that loot and kill that guy. So we got like a lot of work to do here. Also, somebody needs to do something about the robot as well. All right, Dizzy, what's your chance here with the sniper rifle? Pretty good. Well, you can't miss the mech. That's nice, but I'm more concerned about the trooper. Your lightning hands is still on cooldown, which is unfortunate. If we could get some damage on that guy before we finished him off. You have run and gun up. Okay, well, we can probably just straight up kill him with the run and gun then. So let's take Brenda Strong. She's going to go for the run and gun. We're going to run and gun her up behind this rock. She's going to grab our loot. Actually, this puts her a little closer to potential faceless than I'm sort of comfortable with. But for an advanced stock and superior agility, which I think gives us dodge, which is amazing, it's probably worth it. This actually probably straight up kills the elite. Yep. More mango chutney. And not to be outdone, look at little Brenda Strong sending that guy in a back-breaking spiral over that rock. She's not going to be outdone. Oh, the faceless has revealed itself because the last enemy unit is shut down. All right, well, that's bad because he's definitely closer to Brenda Strong. Casper Van Dien, what can you do? Well, you could give us some guaranteed damage on him, which is not fantastic. Amy Smart might be able to just straight up kill it, though. All right, we're going to put Amy Smart here behind this tree. If you chain shot him, Amy. Worth the risk. We got the dragon rounds. If the first shot hits, he's just dead. There we go. All right, that guy is hit and on fire, so the faceless is done. Amy Smart, yeah. The burning will finish him off even if the second shot misses. Do whatever you want, man. You're still gonna burn. I don't even care. Actually, I'm not gonna shoot at him again. He has 1 health and he's on fire. If he doesn't burn, I'm gonna be really pissed. But I mean, if watching the Toxic Avenger has taught me anything, it's that he might not burn. So, we could shred this guy's armor and then have Seth Padre Gilliam shoot him and then have Dizzy also shoot him. That seems like... I'm pretty sure this is the last bad guy. So, you know what? Yeah, let's toss the plasma grenade. This will trigger salvo. Then we can take a regular shot at him. He'll have no armor left by the time we're done. If Seth Gilliam doesn't kill him, Dizzy finishes him off. Critical grenade. I love grenades that critical. It's so good. I mean, it's amazing. Salvo, yep, 67% chance to hit is very unimpressive. We could go with the last of our explosives and eliminate that guy's armor altogether, but nah, you know what? I think I'd rather just go ahead and shoot at him. Let's see if we can get old Gilliam a kill here. No, the answer is, but the mech now has no armor left. None whatsoever. Alright, well, let's go serial then. We'll just kill both of the guys on the map. Dizzy, you can't miss this guy, right? Well, you definitely can't miss that faceless who is on fire, so go ahead and take that shot. Burning faceless goes down in a heap. That's going to refund our action.
That's right.
Then we're going to use the other refunded action to kill this mech. And Dizzy sweeps in at the 11th hour here, taking credit. She's like, oh, racked up 2 kills that mission. People be like, really, Dizzy? You can take credit for both of those, you kill-stealing bitch?
By the number.
Apparently, EMP rounds do fucking titanic damage to robots. That was huge.
Status confirmed. We're not picking up any additional contacts.
Jesus Christ, I hope not, Bradford. We murdered the entire world. Also, fuck chrysalids forever. Those things are stupefyingly dangerous. We got ridiculously lucky. Well, one was luck, because the first one that missed Dizzy, that should have been just into the road. We got hugely lucky that that shot missed. The one that missed Jake Busey, though, was considerably not luck, because he had the next attack misses me thing working for him. Man, Rangers are so good. Soldiers wounded. The only person who got hurt was fucking Casper Van Dien, who got hit by a miracle shot from downtown. And at this point, Casper Van Dien being hurt is like water being wet or the sky being blue. The guy is always hurt. He's basically the Kerry Wood, if you'll allow me to make a 10-year-old baseball reference. Kerry Wood and the Cubs. But Casper Van Dien is the Kerry Wood of the mobile infantry. The guy is always hurt. And if you think about the movie, too. What battle did Johnny Rico go into that he didn't wind up at least a little bit injured at the end? Guy was always hurt, man. Always hurt. Never met a fight he couldn't get fucked up in. New average damage per attack record. I expect us to be setting those records. Aliens killed per turn record going up, too. That actually, you know, we eliminated quite a few aliens. 2.6 per turn, statistically. That's pretty good. We could have killed more on the last turn, too, except we ran out of bad guys. Really pleased with how Operation Hell Slap turned out. I mean, that basically was a Hell Slap. We doused our hand in kerosene, set it on fire, and started just pimp slapping the shit out of bitches. We were giving them knife hand chops to the enemy with our flaming hand. Quite literally in the case of Amy Smart, who set more than a few people on fire. She's setting them ablaze. She's got no compunction, no shame. She's just happy to go out fourth kill. If you can make them die in fire and flame, then baby, she's just like that song at the end of Rock Hero, Guitar Hero, Rock Hero. Guitar band. I can't remember anything. Video games. Anyway, through the fire and flames is what I was trying to guess. You know, I was trying to make a fucking Guitar Hero joke, and it completely fell apart. Cut me some slack, internet. It's been a long day, and I can't talk anymore. Casper the Ghost Van Dien, gravely wounded, and it's a surprise to everyone. It's actually a surprise to no one except Casper Van Dien. Seth Padre Gilliam making maximum rank, I think. Oh, yeah, you sure did, Seth Padre Gilliam. So what does Rupture do? Rupture Shot deals critical damage and ensures that the target takes an additional +3 damage from all attacks in the future. That seems fucking amazing. Saturation Fire. Fires a cone-shaped barrage of bullets at every enemy in an area. In addition, the cover of those enemies can be damaged or destroyed. It uses lots of ammo. Wow, okay. So this is like a tough call. I mean, these are both fucking amazing. Saturation Fire seems ridiculously good. Like, if we could drop a salvo, if we could drop like an acid grenade or a fire grenade or something, get our salvo action, and then hit that same squad of enemies that we just whacked with the grenade with Saturation Fire, that's just going to be an entire pod destroyed. Rupture does seem really, really good against, like, single target enemies, though, that... these are both excellent. I just love the... you know what? No, I'm going with Saturation Fire. I love the combination Heavy Ordnance, Saturation Fire. Just in my head, it seems like it's amazing, which probably means that in practice it's going to be a goddamn train wreck, because I thought that Blast Padding would be really useful as well, and I also thought Demolition would be good. Turns out both of those abilities kind of a garbage fire. Superior Agility is amazing. +24 dodge. That's real good. Somebody needs to be wearing or wielding that. You got to install that in somebody. Another advanced stock. I mean, we've got uses for them. It's fine. Picked up 6 Chrysalid Corpse, couple Faceless, which we may turn into a 3rd Mimic Beacon. Although at this point, having nothing but endless Mimic Beacons really does seem kind of cheesy, because Mimic Beacons seem really powerful. They are useful for pulling your bacon out of a fire, but taking 3... We take 3 Mimic Beacons on a 3 Mimic Beacons on a mission, and it's like unlikely we're ever going to be shot at. Unless we run into a really long mission, and that's the other flip side of the relying too heavily on the Mimic Beacon. We also got +44 supplies. But the flip side to relying too heavily on the Mimic Beacon is, what if you run into a really long mission, like a Black Site mission or something, where you just run out of consumables? Because those Mimic Beacons don't come back, and if you got like Dragonfire rounds or Venom rounds, that shit is endurable. That's going to last the entire mission. It's a little bit of a trade-off, and I think we're kind of right in the butter zone right now. And when I'm in the butter zone, I slather it on thick. I'm not leaving the butter zone because I love butter. Salted cream butter, that's the shit, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go slather myself with some salted cream butter. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see me buttered up and sliding around all lube-like on a regular basis on these Battlefield maps, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of XCOM every single day. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon, covered in delicious creamery butter.